Hey y'all, it's Caitlyn, pronouns she, her. And finally, well, my first year on YouTube, I starting off the year, like my first video every year was a want video of what I wanted to see from Funko. The first one I ever put out had Captain Planet in it, I'm pretty sure. Because that was awesome. I made my own Captain Planet. It was one of the first craft videos I ever put out on this channel. I love Captain Planet so much. And so when they finally announced that they were making Captain Planet Pops, I freaked out in a good way. So I already have Gaia. I got that one from my SDCC haul, if y'all haven't seen that one yet. I do not have Captain Planet yet, because I did buy the common one, but then they showed that there was going to be a Funko Shop exclusive that looked way cooler, so I canceled the common one. But I do have all 5 of the Planeteers that came in around the same time from Entertainment Earth. So let's go in order, shall we? And if you know the show, you know which order we're going on. We're starting with Kiyomi. Oh my god, I'm gonna just be fangirling over all of these. So first off, let's see if they do them all. I'm just gonna open his, the top one, to see. Yep. So did the same way as they did Gaia. They have all 5 of the rings right there. Kiyomi from Africa with the power of Earth. This is awesome. I love their pose. This is so 80s. Like the clothing is so 80s. I love it. One thing that was really cool about this show is that they put the characters in the correct accents. So, you know, he wasn't African American, he was African, and so he spoke like an African, and I love that. It was really one of the only characters I remember doing that. You know, Linka had a Russian accent, G had a slight Asian accent, even Mati had a bit of an accent. So really absolutely awesome that they did that for each character. And this is like when they were first put into the show. Their outfits changed slightly over time, especially towards the end. They changed a little bit more drastically. But I know in the beginning, Kiyomi was wearing these African jewelry, the bracelets and the necklace, which was very awesome. And if you look closely, his ring is green. It's just a little dot of green to show the power of the Earth. Absolutely awesome. They all have the Planeteer logo on their shirt. From North America, Wheeler with the power of fire. So let's get him out. He's from New York. He had a bit of a New York accent. He just looks like a stereotypical American teenager, right? Really shaggy hair. His shirt was always half tucked. His shoelaces were never tied. Like, he was the hothead of the group, which works because he had fire. Absolutely loved it. And even though he was like stereotypically like the hot-headed, like rasher, dumber almost one, he wasn't dumb. He was really smart. He was street smart. And that just defined his character so much. And he had the absolute, like, one of the purest hearts on the team. You know, other than Mati's, of course. But his ring does have a little dot of fire, or dot of red, rather, on it. Absolutely cool. His jacket and sleeves are rolled up halfway. Absolutely amazing. Like, these are perfect. Oh, I haven't looked. We'll see next with Linka. So far, none of these would have a problem standing on their own. I think these should have been part of the Pops with Purpose line, though. At least one of them. Like, maybe like the exclusive Captain Planet, to make it like, you know, part of the proceeds went to like climate change. Okay, so Linka does have a stand, unfortunately. I was hoping they were going to make them all to the point where they could just stand on their own. From Russia, Linka with the power of wind. So in the beginning, they actually said the Soviet Union, because, you know, obviously it changed names over time, and it changed while this show was still going on. So it started out from the Soviet Union, Linka with the power of wind, then it changed to Russia. Absolutely amazing. She has the darker blue ring for her wind color. I never understood why they made hers the darker color and Guy's the lighter color. Seems like that should be the other way around, but whatever. She's got her very high ponytail. Absolutely amazing. Okay, Linka can stand up on her own. She's a little bit wobbly, but she can do it, so I'm glad for that. From Asia, Guy with the power of water. Guy's episodes, where she was mainly centered, was some of my favorites, simply because it had to do with the water. I think anything to do with like the oceans and everything is just like so beautiful. I love sea turtles, for those who don't know. So, absolutely awesome. So with her pose, you can't see it as well. And I think because of that, they didn't bother to color her ring. So her ring, you can see it, but it's just a little gold band around her finger. You can't it's not colored or anything. It needs to be a lighter blue. So that's the only one that they dropped the ball on, I think. We'll look at my tees here in a minute. But she's got that pink shirt on, the blue jacket going around. Her hair is spot on for Guy's look. Absolutely perfect. Her shoes, awesome. And is it like Linka? Guy's hair makes her a little bit more back heavy, which doesn't make sense because Linka's has much more hair than Guy does. But Guy will not stand on her own. And then finally, from South America, Mati with the power of heart, which everyone made fun of. If you grew up with this show came a little bit before my time. The show was from the 80s. I was born in 93. But a lot of people made fun of Mati because, all the others had elements. Like, Wheeler could shoot fire. Guy could bend water. Mati could talk to his teammates, no matter where they were in the world. He could talk to animals and anyone else. He could calm people down. I think Mati is the hero that we need today. With all of the mental health crisis that is just running rampant now, like they were rampant back then, they just turned a blind eye to them. With the way that the world is today, especially the way America is today, I'm not going to say the world, the way America is today, Mati is the hero we all need. Mati for president. So here he is. Now I will say I would have preferred him having like a little yellow ring, but I understand the red for the heart, because his heart, the little heart shaped in his ring, was red. Why haven't I been holding this up closely so I wouldn't have to zoom in? You can see all of his necklaces, his armband with the little leaf on it. Absolutely amazing. I remember watching Survivor a long time ago, and one of the contestants was talking about this show. Like he said, I watched this show and everyone made fun of the kid with the heart, and he's like, that's what I need right now, a little bit of heart to get through this damn game. I think we need it to get through this damn life now. I love this set, and on the back of each of the boxes it does say the power is yours, with all of them on it. So absolutely love this. I hope we get more. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I know, again, that's what everyone always says. I said this when I was talking about the Gaia pop. Everyone always says it, right? Like, I wish they would make this character. I wish they would make that character as well. But I love this show so much. I do. Like, we're obviously getting Captain Planet. I would have already had the comment if I hadn't canceled it. I'm just waiting for the Funko Shop one. We got Gaia, which is, I never thought we would have Gaia. But if we could get like one or two of the villains, that would just make my day. If we get, preferably for me, it would be Hoggish Greeley and Dr. Blight, because those were my two favorite villains, and I feel like the ones that they use the most often, but also like Loot and Plunder, Venomous Scum, any of them. So this is one of the coolest pop sets that have come out in a long time. I told Brandy not too long ago, I've been buying more pops lately than I have, I feel like, in a year, because I was just slowly adding every now and then to my collection. But with this set coming out and the Rudolph set coming out, because I ordered that one too, it's already shipped by the time I'm recording this. I think it shipped like yesterday or the day before. I'm buying a lot, which is not a good thing, but I've been asking for this set for literally years. So I'm very happy that Funko put this out prior to them making even more screw-ups than they already have been doing. But anyway, let me know what y'all think about this set. Did you grow up with this show? Who was your favorite character? Mine was between Linka and Guy. And like, I loved all of these characters. I feel like as a kid I liked Linka a little bit more because she was a bit more badass. But as an adult I really like Guy more. She's more my personality. And Mati, again. Between Guy and Mati, they're my favorite characters here. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite episode was. They discussed topics on the show that shows aimed at adults didn't touch. Like, there was an episode that talked about AIDS. There was an episode that talked about severe drug addiction and actually showed people dying from drug addiction. There was an episode that showed gangs and people dying from gangs and people being in restless behavior and guns. This show needs to be back on today. Because I promise you, this was from the 80s. Like, the world has changed so much since then. This was before they've never heard of a smartphone when this show was created. But a lot of the topics that they talk about are things that still applies. There's still gun violence. There's still drug addiction. There's still people being tragically misinformed when it comes to AIDS. But let me know what you guys thought of the show. And like always, thank you all so much for watching. And remember, it's a community, not a competition. And that the power is yours. Bye.